Okay, so I am currently in the parking lot of Trader Joe's. So excuse the mess in my trunk. But anyways, it's the next day. I was on Gabby from Ola Book Sprints until about midnight last night. And then I crashed and I got up at like 7-ish, so kind of early. And I did finish this. I freaking love this. I got a very late start to my morning, of course, because I spent a couple of hours finishing this. I will say the ending of this felt a little zany. But I loved it. I loved the imagery in it. And yeah, I mean, it was fun. So I haven't talked about this book at all. I started this last night on Sprint. And this is about a woman who is recently divorced and moved in with her uncle because she didn't want to move in with her mother. And she's helping run the Wonder Museum in a very small town. I think it's called Hog Chapel, and that just made me laugh so much, the name of this small town. And it's kind of like the Mystery Shack from Gravity Falls. So if you're familiar with that show or that cartoon, and you rewatch it like every year like me, it's like that. And yeah, so they have like oddities, like taxidermy stuff, like they have the mermaid, animal thing, the mermaid. So just touristy attractions and like selling knickknacks and stuff like that. And there's a coffee house like across the street. And she's friends with that guy, and I thought their friendship was really funny. And the way the foreshadowing is done in this, the beginning, I was thinking about it, it's kind of like sneaky foreshadowing. It's very sprinkled in what happens, and what happens is very weird and bizarre, and oh, it's kind of gross, actually. And I loved it. I loved it. It was so great, but also, like, so many questions. But hey, I'm here for the ride. And yeah, I had a bunch of fun. Everybody was right that said, you're gonna like this. I did. I loved it. I'm thinking, like, 4.5 stars or 5 stars, just because the ending, it really felt kind of rushed to the ending, and it was, like, very zany at the end. But yeah, I highly suggest this. I borrowed this. It is available to listen to on Scribd, but I am being very cautious with Scribd right now because I don't want to use up all my Scribd stuff, because there's a bunch of stuff on there right now that I want to listen to. Like, they have Dark Harvest, they have oh my gosh, they have a bunch of horror novellas on there right now, and I'm like, I kind of want to wait and like see how much I can really get from it. And yeah, they had this at my local library. Well, not my local one, but I was working near one. Anyways, it's a long story for that. But this morning I've been out and about since I finished this, and I've been doing some Halloween shopping and some book shopping because I was near a used bookstore. But I'll talk about this first. Isn't this cute? I got this at Ross for $7. It's a huge tote. And I also got this banner, or garland, yeah, a Halloween banner. I almost called it garland. I guess it's kind of garland in a way, for $7. It says boo, and it has 2 bats, and it has these little pom-pom things in the middle. And I thought this was just so cute. I probably won't put this on my shelf. I'll keep the banner or garland that I made there, because this might be too heavy just to have under the books. I'm gonna put it above my TV in the bedroom, because I don't have anything there, like, for years. And at TJ Maxx, I found, or not TJ Maxx, Home Goods, I got this Booyah travel mug. I actually wasn't going to get another travel mug because I have a spooky one with bats already, but I forgot I broke this part of it, so it actually doesn't open all the way, so it stays closed, so it's hard to get the liquid out. I dropped it this winter. It was so sad. So I was like, okay, an excuse to buy a new one. And I thought this was really cute. It has a little ghost on it. And it is orange, the best color this time of year. And then I got Beans some little cat toys. So Beans is obsessed with like this catnipped llama he has, and he's had it for years, and he always, like, if we put it up, he'll find it, he'll knock down anything to get it, he'll carry it in his little mouth, and he's been living in this box right now. Like, he just loves this half box, and the llama, he put the llama in the box. It's just so cute. But I was like, this poor llama's been through it. I was like, maybe he'll like this ghosty, it's the same texture, and then this a pumpkin to fill with some catnip, and then this noisy ball to chase, and maybe this flirty skeleton here. But yeah, I was like, he really needs some new cat toys, because that llama, it's been through it. And then the books I got from this used bookstore, I will have to put a picture in of this bookstore. I didn't get any B-roll in there because I thought that would be weird. But this bookstore is kind of a pain in the butt to look for stuff in. And yeah, I did find some stuff. I found a John Saw book. Of course, they had a bunch of John Saw books there, but I was like not really interested in a lot of them. This one looked cool, The Unwanted. I don't know how good you guys are going to be able to see the covers in my car. But yeah, I thought that would be a good one. It looks really old, this edition too. They had like the newer ones there. I don't know why what am I looking for? I'm looking for the date. This is 1987. And then I found this guy, Evil Intent by Bernard Taylor. This sold me. There's, yeah. Move Over, Stephen King, and I was like, okay. But also it has the embalm here, and then it's leisure horror. So I pretty much went down the aisles of this place to looking at just the publisher stuff if it said horror on it, because it's impossible, because you'd have to pull out each one to see. Yeah, I don't go to this bookstore too often, because these were like $2 or $2.50, and I was like, it's a little expensive for these. But I think I found some good ones, and I walked away from some that I'm kind of like, I probably should have gotten. I don't know. I spent too much time in there. Another leisure horror book I found by Melanie Tame, The Tides, and this is, I read the synopsis, it's about a spooky old folks home. And then there's a great quote from Dan Simmons. Her writing is a cry from the very heart of darkness. So yes, yeah, I was like, I'm very intrigued, and I like the format of this. It's like not too bad for a trade, and I like the text. I don't know why. And then the first book I saw, and I got like really excited when I walked in, is the Brian Keene book. You guys know I like Brian Keene books. I read 2 of them, Ghoul and Dark Hollow, and actually Kelsey from Simon Sacher's just did a live show talking about Ghoul, and it was a lot of fun to be on. I was on it like walking to work. It was so much fun. But this cover is wonderful. The conquer worms. So you can kind of see what's happening here. It looks like a little small town or something. Just like earthworms coming out of the ground. How fun. I know this is going to be a fun time. I always have a fun time with Brian Keene books. Creature feature, really fun. So yeah, I was very excited to find these, and I had some shelf control. Har har har. Whoa! Oops. I am making a mess. I don't know why I'm showing you the spines. Anyways, I think that is it for this check-in, and I wanted to do it here in the parking lot because construction might be happening at my house, because during the day, during the week, and I'll just share with you guys what I found at the Dollar Tree, because I didn't find any Halloween, but I found my favorite energy drink ever is this ice caffeine. I love it so much. Okay, so it is the next day. It is around 6 o'clock. I worked 6 a.m. to 3-ish, and I just kind of got quiet here because of construction, and I had to share the little last bit of my haul. I forgot to share in the parking lot. I got this Oogie's Crew mug from Ross. I thought it was super cute, and right now, if you see the condensation, I have ice cold water in it, so super exciting stuff happening over here. But I did want to talk about a book I read last night, or I started yesterday afternoon on Michelle's sprints. Or was it Lexi's sprints? I don't know. Lexi was there as well. But I started this. They have both read this book and absolutely loved it. And they binged it. And I was like, okay, you guys are really selling me on this. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, I was like, I'm going to try this. And I ended up reading this with my friend Kim, so it was really fun to kind of go back and forth with somebody, because this is a crazy book. This is a very dark book. Look up trigger warnings. There's a lot of sexual violence in this book, and it doesn't shy away from any horrible stuff. And basically it's about this woman, Shay, who is living in Texas. She's left her career and is being a housewife for temporarily trying to write a book. And she listens to one of her best friends she grew up with podcast, and he does like a true crime podcast, and one of her friends from college ended up committing suicide, so she has to go back to that school because another one of her friends committed suicide at this college. I totally almost said Sarah Lawrence College. That's because that case, there's a case very similar that took place in New York called Sarah Lawrence College case. If you guys know, it is pretty much the premise of this book, so sorry for spoilers, but it gets bigger than that, even that story. It gets to like another type of secret society cult level, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I was hooked. I thought Shay was a very compelling character, not just because of the trauma she suffered, but just how realistic, like, she describes her childhood. Like, nothing super crazy ever happened, but it's just all of these little like misogynistic things that happened to her at a young age. That is very typical. I think every woman goes through this at some point in their life, and to where it's kind of heightened. It just builds and builds on itself, because like we live in a society that hates women. So this book struck very, very hard and true, and I give Ashley Winstead a round of applause. The writing is beautiful. The story was great. I liked how dark it got. I liked how freaking beautiful the writing is. The writing was great. There was stuff in this that I'm like, I have to go back and like write down. Especially the ending. The ending has like the most beautiful writing. It's great. I have goosebumps. I mean, that's how you know it's good. Whenever I get goosebumps, I'm like, I know it's good. But yeah, I was very surprised by this one. I am thinking like a 5-star for sure. And yeah, I thought it was really smart, because there's actually like a lot of smart stuff in the author's note. I was reading, I was like, wow, okay, like it goes into like philosophy, it goes into not Arabian Nights, it's some other really old book, but yeah, it was really interesting, and I loved all those aspects of it. I liked the reflection of our society in this book, and yeah, wow, all of this in like a thriller I like listened to in a day. I could talk forever probably about this book, and I don't want to spoil anything. So I highly suggest reading it, because I've talked about it forever right now. And then I started listening to this morning at 5 in the morning. I started listening to Dark Harvest. This is on Scribd, and it is a little novella. I started listening to this because there is a movie coming out. I think it's coming out on Prime. I think. I might be getting this confused with something else. But there's an adaptation being made of this movie, and I just wanted something a little lighter. I'm not sure if this is middle grade. It's reading like middle grade right now. I'll have to double check. It might not be. Who knows at this point. But yeah, I really want... I don't know why I'm laughing right now. I'm so tired. I really want to read like an easy book after The Last Housewife because, whew, that was a lot. But if you are, if you're an Ashley Winstead fan, you'll probably already love this book. If you didn't like In My Dreams, kind of like you kind of were cool on it, still check this out because I was not jumping to read Ashley Winstead after In My Dreams, but boy oh boy, this was great. So yeah, highly suggest, and I will quit rambling right now and finish drinking my water out of my spooky mug. Okay, so it's been a full day since I last checked in, but I did a little bit more Halloween decor hunting after work yesterday. Just some stuff from Dollar Tree I'll share really quickly. Let me grab it. I went looking for socks. I went looking for spooky socks. I didn't find any, but they have these cute little bat LED lights, and maybe just put batteries in them. Let's see how they look. It's kind of bright in here right now though, so I don't know how far we'll be able to see them, but I thought the test thing looked kind of cute. Oh, you can see the little face. I don't know if it's going to focus on it. Oops. But it has a little painted on face on there. These are so cute. And they're purple, which if you've been on my Instagram, I like purple lights. So yeah, this was a great little find. And then some stickers. These are really cute little pop out stickers. And then I found these stickers as well there. So a little mini Halloween haul. I haven't seen these stickers before, so that was a little exciting. And the lights. I did finish Dark Harvest by Norman Partridge, this little novella, and I don't know if I talked about the premise of what this was. It is about a small town where every year the boys in the town, the young boys, hunt hacksaw, smile hacksaw or something. It has a bunch of different names, but basically the monster on the cover. They hunt and kill it, and whoever kills it wins a bunch of money, and they get to move out of the town. And I don't really want to talk about this book a ton because it is a novella, and it's very similar to some other really famous books and stories. So I will leave what this very much reminded me of in the description box down below under spoilers, because if you've read those other books, you'll totally understand the reveal in this. And I thought it was really interesting and engaging and pretty violent. I don't know why I thought this was a middle grade book, but I looked up the movie that's coming out September 9th, and it's rated R, and I was like, wait, I thought this was a middle grade book. Maybe because you're following teenagers? I don't know why I thought that. But yeah, I will definitely leave what the comparisons down below. And I also ended up reading 100 pages of My Soul to Keep by Tana and Nariv Dew. This is so much fun. I love my copy of it. It's a big floppy version, and it's just been a blast. It's been reading really quickly. And yeah, this is about a woman, an investigative journalist, who's investigating some elder abuse at homes, and her husband is an African immortal. This is book 1 of the African Immortal series. Tana and Nariv Dew's vampire series, and so you're getting like his perspective, how he grew up, how he was raised as an immortal, and like you know, just what they do pretty much. And then you're getting her perspective of being married to him, and they have a child together. She's very passionate about her work and her friends, and I'm loving like the dynamic of this relationship and getting both points of views, and also the fantasy element of the African immortals is really interesting. It's almost it's reminding me of Interview with a Vampire, but done in a, like more of a domestic setting, I guess, instead of like Victorian New Orleans, yeah, old New Orleans setting. So yeah, it's very interesting. And again, I just have to talk about this cover. I always talk about this cover, reminds me of like a shapeshifter for some reason. So I hope more is revealed about yeah, the vampire stuff and the shape-shifting stuff. I probably just made that up, that whole part up about that happening in here. But yeah, I'm excited, and there's 4 books in that series, so now I'm on the hunt for book 2, The Living Blood, which is already like a call back to this book. So I'm very excited to finish that. But I'm going to wrap up this vlog because I feel like I babbled on in it, and it would be a nice little weekly reading vlog. And you guys let me know what you've been reading this week. What are you finishing August with? And you guys have a great day. Bye.